For the making of this video, I'll show you exactly how I made this palazzo pants, straight palazzo pants with elastic waistband, and then with this rope that you are seeing in front, so and with pockets as well, just in case you don't know how to sew pants pockets. Then this video is for you, because in this video I will show you detailed tutorial on how to make a pants pocket. Very simplified, very easy. So let's head on to the making of this pants. So before we start, this is the starting line that I'm going to be taking my measurements from. So from the starting line, I will minus 1.5 inches from my tape line and then start marking my horizontal line. First, I'll be marking 12 inches, which is my crotch line, and then I'll be marking 9 inches, which is my hip line. For the crotch line, I actually did my hip divided by 4, then plus 1.5 inches. Okay, guys? The next thing I'll be doing right now is to mark the other side of my pants and then divide it all together, as you can see on the video. So the next thing I'll do is to use my straight rule to connect the straight lines all like this, as you can see, and then I connect the straight line or my crotch line and then the full length of my pants. Please make sure to use your own basic measurements. Okay, so for now, the next thing I'll do is to mark my horizontals on my crotch line. I divided my hip by 4 and then I'll be adding 1 inch. So this palazzo pant is actually fitted, it is not very free. So on my waistline, I will also place the same hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch. I am adding 1 inch because this is not going to be fitted. My customer wants it very, it is going to be fitted, so my customer wants it tight on her. Okay, and then on my crotch line, for the crotch extension, I divided my hip by 4 and then divided it by 4 again. Then from my hip line, I will create a curve just like this, and I'll make sure that this measurement here on the crotch line is what I will take all the way down to the hemming of my pants, and then I'll connect my extension line like this all the way to the hem line of my pants. So for the waistline at the center, I will come down by ½ inch at the waistline and then connect it all the way to the side of my pants. This is for the front piece. Okay, please do not forget. And then I will go ahead to cut. So while cutting, what I usually do, if I draft my pattern on the fabric of our dress, is that while cutting, I will make sure to eyeball ½ inch both on the crotch area and then on the waist area, because this is not a pattern paper. So I will make sure to add ½ inch stitching allowance so our dress will not get to shorten in length. Okay, so the next thing I will do before separating these pieces is to go ahead to hold it firmly with my pins and then head over to placing it directly on our folded piece to get the pant, the back pant. Okay, so the next thing, before we place it, I will make sure that I come down by 3 inches from the up part of this fabric, and then on the hip line I will extend it by 2 inches, as you can see, and then on my crotch line I extended my crotch line by 2.5 inches because I actually used 2.5 inches in the front crotch extension. So after extending my crotch extension for the back by 2.5 inches, I will come up by 2 inches on my waist area at the back, because that is where the butts are located. So it will help give a very full coverage for the butts. Okay, so it doesn't have to show your inner wears when you sit down or when you are climbing. So this is the reason of going up by 2 inches. So at this crotch extension area, I will make sure to curve it also like this, starting from the added extra inches, and then from this point I'll connect it all the way to the center waistline of my back like this. So the next thing is that at this point I will come out by 1.5 inch, and then here come out by 1.5 inch all the way to the hem of my back pants, making sure that 1.5 inch is the extra that I added at that point. So this point I have to cut it out using my scissors, and then cut the crotch area, and then cut the waist area as well. And then after cutting, I'll make sure to separate it out and mark the wrong side and the right side of this fabric so as not to misplace it wrongly. So the next thing I will do now, guys, is that after marking my pieces to indicate the right and the wrong side, I will separate the back from the front, because our pockets are going to be in the front part of our pants. So at this point we have to fold in our fabric to get the pockets. And for the pockets, remember I said you are going to be folding your material into two like this. After folding it the first time, I will fold it the second time like this. Please make sure you follow these steps very well. And for the length of our pocket, I'll be using a length of 9 inches or 9 to 10 inches. And then for the width of our pocket, I'll be using a width of 6 to 6.5 inches, but I advise you do not use anything less than 5 inches, okay? So I'll go ahead to cut it out like this, making sure that these two sides are this side is on fold, because after cutting it out, by the time I open it up like this, you will see that each of the pockets is folded, okay? So this is how it's going to look after cutting up my pockets, okay? So guys, this is what I'll do. I will also go ahead to mark the wrong side and the right side of this pocket, because it will help us in placing our pockets very well. So this is the front piece of this pocket. This is the side. So what I am going to do now is to take one part of this pocket, making sure that the right side of the pocket is facing the right side of my front pocket. So look closely and see what I am going to do. I'll make sure that the edges of this pocket and the pants align. So at this point, this is the waist area. I will come in by 1.5 inches, and then from that point I will come down by 5 inches or 5.5, depending on how wide that your hands can fit into your pocket. And then I will use my chalk to connect it like this. So at this point, this is where I am going to stitch down, okay? This is where I am going to stitch down. You can go ahead to use your pins to hold it very firmly so it doesn't shift. So this is where I'm going to be stitching down, guys. After stitching it down, the next thing I'll do is to trim off the excess. So I will trim off the excess after this line, just as you are seeing, just a little bit. You don't have to cut out everything all up. So guys, if you follow this part correctly, trust me, you are going to understand what and how I am fixing my pants pocket. So the next thing I'll do now is to turn the back side of my front piece of pants. So this is the pocket, and by the time you fold it like this, making sure that this edge meets the other edge, you can see that it is already giving us that pocket shape from the inside. So the next thing I will do now is to make sure that these two pieces align. That's for the pocket, and then stitch here to this place, okay? Make sure you stitch it by 1/2 inch, or you can even go ahead to weave it if you are not going to stitch it, or you can go ahead to weave it after stitching it. So for us to do that, I'll go ahead to notch this point, okay, and then hold it together, making sure that the pant pocket is equal, and then I'll stitch it from this point and then to the other point of the pocket. Okay, so guys, after stitching it out, you can see that the pocket is already getting its shape together. So you can see how the pocket is looking like, and by the time you insert your finger or your hand into the pocket like this, you will see that it's already giving it that pocket vibe. So the next thing we are going to do is that we'll go ahead to mark that 1.5 inches that we initially marked from the waistline. I am going to mark it here, and then take this edge and place it directly on that 1.5 inches that you are seeing. But before I do that, I will go ahead to stitch the mouth of this pocket. Okay, so I do this basically just to hold this pocket together. This is not necessary, you can skip this part, guys, but I am just showing you one of the ways that I do my pockets. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is to stitch the waist area of my pants. That's for the front. You can see I have already marked 1.5 inches. I'm going to stitch this side just to hold the pocket and the pant together, because if I do not stitch it, fixing my waistband for the pocket may actually give me a rough time. Okay, so what I'll do now is to stitch this side of my pants, making sure that it's holding the pocket together to the pants. And then also I will do the same thing on this waist area to hold it firmly together like this. So at this point, guys, please, if you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe and support your girl. So the next thing I'll do now is to trim off the excesses and trim off all the threads that are not needed in these pieces. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to check our pocket to know if my palm can actually enter into the pocket. Okay, you can see the pocket is already formed and giving that perfect ready-made pocket look. You can see it from the back. You can see how it's looking already. It is coming out very perfect and so fine. So this is exactly what I am going to replicate on the other side. So these are the pocket pieces, guys, and this is my front piece of pants. So you can see the back part of this pants, how it is looking already. So the next thing I am going to do at this point, guys, is to join my back piece to the front piece, making sure that the right sides are facing each other, and then I'll be stitching down the crotch area. That is this point you are seeing, making sure I use my pins to hold it firmly like this, and then make sure to stitch it down on 1/2 inch, and then at the sides as well I'll stitch it all the way down, as you can see on the video. But before I get to the hem of this pants, I will make sure to fold in my hemming allowance on each piece, okay, because this will help give it a very neat finishing, just in case I want to weave this pants. Trust me, if you do not follow this process I just said right now, weaving your pants will become very difficult, and the weaving may not actually get to the down part of your pants. Because if you follow this method of hemming your pants legs, that's hemming each leg, folding and hemming each leg, shaping your pants after stitching will be very easy for you. So for the waistband of this pants, I cut out my material on fold in using 2.5 inches. Sorry, using 2 inches. 1.5 inch is for the waistband, and then 1/2 inch is for joining allowance. So for the extension, I minused 2 inches from the elastic waistband. Okay, just 2 inches, because the waist area of my customer is quite big. So guys, For the making of this waistband, remember it is an elastic waistband. So what I did is to open it up and then join it together like this. And do not forget that I added extra 1 inch on to my waist measurement. Okay, so guys, what I will do is that, remember I said I added extra 1 inch sewing allowance to this waistband, so I will make sure to mark that 1 inch sewing allowance after joining my waistband like this, and then mark it this way. So I'll make sure to place my tape like this. At this point, we are going to create the pinhole where we'll be inserting our elastic and our rope inside through. So I will come down by 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches. And then from that 2.5 inch, I will skip ½ inch and then mark it all the way down. So from this point, I will sew down to 2.5 inch, and then after 2.5 inch, I will jump ½ inch and then stitch it all the way down. I don't know if you get what I am saying, but that ½ inch we skipped down, which is this thing you are seeing, that's this hole, that is where we will be inserting our elastic and our rope. So what I will do next is to open the stitching allowance and then sew it down like this. I will stitch this side down and then stitch the other side down. Trust me, if you do not stitch this sewing allowance down, you are not going to be inserting your rope with ease, because it is going to be an obstruction in your waistband while trying to pass through your elastic or your rope. Okay, so the next thing I will do now is to fold my waistband into two like this, making sure that the pinhole, that's this pinhole in the front, is facing me. Okay, you see this pinhole now. Okay, it is ½ inch. So the next thing we are going to do is to place it at the front part like this and then hold it together using our pin, and from this point I will stitch down all the way to the other side. So after stitching it down, the next thing I will do is to insert my elastic waistband. So this elastic, I'll make sure to use my safety pin and insert it this way. If you look closely, this is just the simplest and easy way you can actually insert your elastic into your dress. Okay, so guys, you can see I have already brought out the other points of our elastic. So what I will do is to stitch it down together before releasing it inside of the waistband. So make sure that as you stitch it down, that it is actually facing the inside of the pocket. So guys, you can see I am done stitching it down and putting it very inside of our waistband. The next thing I will do is to run 2 threads on this waistband, making sure that it is ½ inch apart from the other line. So the next thing now is to insert our rope. This is the rope. So the rope, the length of the rope I'm using is 51 inches, as you can see on the video, even though it is not long enough. So what I will do now is to also use my safety pin and insert it into the ½ inch in between the 2 lines that I ran across. So I'll go ahead to do this gently and insert it. You can use your smaller size of safety pin, because at this point the hole in between the 2 threads is very small. So this is the final look of our pants, guys. This is the final look. This is 2-piece. In case you have not watched the making of this shirt, please do well to check the previous video and then watch. Just check on my channel, you see how I made the shirt. This is 2-in-1 or cut together collar, with short sleeve and then an orange pocket on the front. Thank you so much for watching.